crash diet and exercise in an attempt to drop a US dress size to 0. That's where she was trying to get to in just 30 days. But she could never have prepared herself for the terrifying effects it would have on her.
You're right.
Yeah.
Are you alright for the film?
In a minute, please. Just give me 2 minutes.
You're human and you're completely normal, and these reactions are completely normal. If you didn't feel like this, I'd be worried. I'd be worried that there was something really wrong with you.
I think it's just shown me that it's just ridiculous. You've just got to have a healthy, normal lifestyle, and that all this kind of extreme dieting and cutting out huge food groups out of your diet and depriving yourself of what your body needs, it's just ludicrous.
Well, Louise joins us now. You were here a while ago and you sort of hinted that that you'd done this.
Yes.
And now, finally, we're getting to the transmission of the programme. And you say that you're not the sort of person ever to cry on screen.
No, I come from that kind of old school, you know, in Eternal, where we just got up, we sang our songs, we worked hard. So for me to cry on screen was a really big deal. I mean, every time, I cried a couple of times through the programme. I used to say, turn the cameras off quick, I need to go and cry. And of course, that was such an important part for the documentary.
Because it was a huge emotional roller coaster.
Absolutely.
So you started and you were a size 8 and 7 stone 10. I think. So what made you agree to do this experiment in the first place?
Well, I had lots of talks with the company, RDF and ITV, about doing it. And I think the reason they went with me, because being 7 stone 10, I wasn't overweight. I was kind of, you know, by some doctors' standard, I was slightly underweight anyway. And I personally felt it was important that I looked worse rather than better.
We've got a before and after there, look at that.
Yes.
Yes. And let's just get this straight, because the American size 0 is slightly different to our size 0.
Yeah.
So if you're a size 8 UK, you would be a size 4
Yep, you'd be a 4.
US.
Yeah.
So you had dropped 2 dress sizes from a size 4 American to a size 0 American.
Yes.
To put that into perspective, this is a pair of jeans that would fit a girl of aged 8 who's about a size 0. It's difficult to see on television, isn't it? Now, my hand span, I know, is 8 inches. So if I put my hand like that, that's 8, 10, about 12 inches. You can see that's my hand span.
I mean, they're tiny.
They are tiny.
Yeah.
Even you couldn't get into
No,
those.
nowhere near. I couldn't get one leg in them now.
No. And you had seen at school a very close girlfriend of yours go through anorexia, and you'd been with her through every step of the way.
Yes, yeah.
So you knew just how dangerous this was and what would happen.
Yeah, I was very aware of the effect that, you know, wanting to lose weight as a young girl is. And when I agreed to take this on, I felt it was very important to not point fingers. I wasn't pointing fingers at anybody that was very skinny or the fashion industry. I think we're all different, and it's very hard to say, well, that girl's too skinny and that one's got an eating disorder. You can't make judgments like that. We're all different, and we're all made of different, you know, makeup, and some are naturally as skinny as what they appear to be naturally. So you can't, and I felt it very important that we didn't point fingers at people. I've got such a blocked up nose, guys. I'm sorry, I'm churning it out. So for me, this was a much more personal journey of how me being a normal girl, quite a normal size, with a normal life, working in the industry, but I lead my life very normally, the effects of trying to lose weight would have on me.
What's your body image anyway? Do you feel that if you put on a few pounds, you're feeling a bit heavier? Do you feel...
Yeah, do you know, Fern, and this was what really pushed me into doing this. At size 8, I still felt that I could do with being half a stone lighter.
Really?
And that's how I felt, and I think that is just where we've put ourselves. I think our goalposts are constantly being moved. You know, if you were a size 8 2 years ago, it's like, oh, she's an 8, oh, she's tiny. I think now if you're a size 8, it's kind of very normal. It's not a big thing to, you know, to be a size 4
it's a fantasy for some of us.
But, you know, I think in young girls, you know, that isn't really anything.
It's not the goal. So having lost the weight, put it back on again, how are you feeling about your body right now?
Yeah, no, I feel much better in myself, you know, apart from being a bit fluey. No. And it's taught me a lot. I would never, ever diet again.
So
ever.
medically, what was said to you? What did they warn you about?
My biggest scare was first of all, I thought losing weight would be simple. I eat healthily, I train, I'll be fine, I'll get the weight off and put it back on. The realisation of really what goes into this, I mean, I ate 700 calories a day I run 3 miles a day, so the weight really dropped off quickly. And my biggest worry was putting the weight back on, because Dr. Carey said to me, when you go back to eating normally, you could blow up and you could be 1 or 2 sizes bigger than what you was before you started this, because your body will start grabbing on to the food. And that's where the effect of yo-yo dieting comes in, where so many people go up and down and up and down, and it's so bad for your body. And that was my biggest concern.
Well, you were just on, excuse me, oats and little tiny omelettes and sort of virtually nothing, really.
Yeah, I mean, tiny.
And this boot camp as well.
Yes, working out crazy hours on such little amounts of food. The whole process really taught me that working out's great. You know, I think I really upped my working out level, which was great, but the elements of what I ate in a day were just unrealistic. I was moody, my skin went bad. I was a nightmare to live with.
But physiologically as well, your blood count was going down, your red blood cells were going down, your white blood cells were going down, meaning you couldn't fight off infection.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why you have the flu
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And it would affect your fertility as well.
Yes, which for me is a really big thing. I mean, it's been very well documented that it took me 4 years to have my son. And that was most probably one of the most scariest things going into the diet. You know, I didn't want this to be a problem that would stay with me. You know, fertility, I would like to have another baby at some stage. But Dr. Carey did assure me that if I went, 30 days isn't a long time. And as long as I got my health back up to speed pretty quickly, there wouldn't be no long-term damage.
And when you went down finally to the size 0, having done Barry Boot Camp and everything, who does train some of the big stars, I think he trains Terry Hatcher and Katie Holmes, and so he knows what he's doing to your body.
Yes, yeah,
and he
fully
knows
aware.
Possibly that this is not a positive reaction to have on your body.
He's used to clients that want to get to the size they want to get to. You know, there isn't room for, oh, it's not very healthy, let's try and... I mean, they do it as healthy as they possibly can. You know, he'll give them a healthy scenario of what they want to do, but his main aim of the game is getting them to the size they want to get to, which I did find quite difficult to understand.
It's extraordinary that anyone in Hollywood ever gets pregnant.
I know, but they all do.
Or they adopt.
Oh, they adopt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, you got finally down to just below 7 stone, 6 stone...
6'13".
6'13". And you were a size 0, and did you like that body?
And this was the very scary thing. I did a photo shoot at the end, just a very natural photo shoot in jeans and a t-shirt. And and I actually like my body, which is really freaky, because I actually thought my face and the way I was as a person, my personality changed. Everybody that knew me said, you're kind of very dead in yourself. You're not the Louise we know. But it's just terrible how we feel confident being smaller and being
what did
skinnier.
Jamie think of
Oh, he hated it.
Did he?
Oh, yeah, he was, how long have we got of this? When are you going to start to eating again? I like boobs and a bum. He wants a woman. He said he dated me in years ago because I did have a normal figure. But I just think that showed me how much we are so swayed by what we read and what we think is fashionable.
So we're backing girls into, young girls, we were talking about this before the programme started, that you could be very careful in front of your children, that watching younger and younger ones coming in saying, we heard of someone who was 6 years old who came in and said, I'm not eating that, I'm on a diet.
Yeah.
And you think, whoa, hold on a second, this massive image through papers and TV and glossy magazines, backing these girls into a corner, you've got to be smaller, you've got to be smaller, you've got to be smaller, and then you suddenly see the effect that it can have on them, or future fertility, mental state of their state of
so
mind.
So ongoing.
What I'm interested in is this connection then with you got to that weight having been told that physiologically your breasts had reduced and you were damaging your internal workings, and yet your brain was going, I like it. Now there must be a chemical connection somewhere, not just you thinking, I feel a bit more snug in my jeans, this is nice.
Yeah.
There must be some...
I know, there's something going on. I don't know if it's what we read and we believe to be fashionable. I think all young women and young girls want to be fashionable and seem to be... I think we portray skinny as being successful now. I think somewhere along the line, you know, I love going and looking at gorgeous, lovely girls on the red carpet, and I'm not asking anybody to go and be bigger just to make us all feel better. But it would just be nice to see a bit more variety, so young girls can actually go, you know what, it can all be successful, and all sizes can be glamorous and gorgeous.
Yes, I agree. Jo Brand we have on the show today, and reading about her this morning, she says something like, why are people so interested in my size? Aren't there more interesting things in the world? And, you know, I've been affected by people commenting on whether I'm this size, that size, what am I doing? Well, you know, we are who we are.
Yeah.
And we're much more interested in getting on with it. So please don't do it again.
No, I won't. Believe you me, I won't. Doing a documentary taught me a lot. I mean, it was very hard. Having cameras in my house all the time drove me slightly crazy.
Yes.
So, but it was a good experience, and hopefully some good will come out of it for some young teenagers.
I hope so.
Well, The Truth About Size Zero is on ITV Wednesday at 9. And thank you very much
Thank
for
you for
coming. It's
having
lovely
me.
to see you.
Thank you.
Isn't that scary? Well, still to come this morning, he is the hottest thing to hit the Dales. It's David Metcalf, actor Matthew Wolfenden. He's here.